What's going on? Back again. In today's episode, I'll be sharing with you guys an unconventional topic that I don't normally talk about too much, which is the benefits of cutting. So a lot of you guys have been watching this channel for a while. You've been watching old AD videos, know that I've been talking about packing on size, bulking, just getting bigger, larger, taking up more space for a very long time. But there is another side to that coin. So it's not always sunshines and rainbows whenever I talk about it. There's always another side to the coin, which is health. So obviously if you're trying to get as big as possible, you want to get as strong as possible, you're going to have to pack on some extra fat. But this video is approaching things more from the lens of health. And if you just want to be in this more for the long haul, you don't want to be as heavy, or maybe you're tempted to bulk, but you want to really stay committed to your cut, this is a good video for you because it'll give you more reassurance and more ideas of why you should stay consistent with what you're doing. So keep in mind that with my journey, it was a bit all over the place. I was bulking for most of my life, or should I say a good 4 years to get to the heavier weight. And I have absolutely no regrets, I have no mistakes. This is just my personal journey. But now I'm entering a new phase in my life where I'm cutting down a little bit more. I'm around 210 right now, and I'm feeling really good about it. Honestly, just as good as I did when I was around 230. I feel I'm doing more conditioning, I'm eating a lot cleaner, so on and so forth. So with that being said, here are 3 little to known benefits of cutting weight. Alright, so the first little to known benefit of cutting weight is that your range of motion on certain exercises is going to be significantly larger. If we talk about people who've gained, let's say 100 pounds, 75 pounds, even 50 pounds, you'll notice that their bench press especially shoots up. And maybe their technique got a little bit better. Maybe they got a lot stronger. But it's an undeniable fact that the range of motion is cut. Their glutes are bigger, their upper back is bigger, their stomach is bigger. So what they're basically doing is turning the bench press into a board press. And everybody knows you can lift so much heavier on the board press because the quote unquote bottom range is now a mid range for them because there is no bottom range due to the stomach. So they're just cutting the range of motion. This is especially true if they use a wider grip. Now, if you cut weight, for example, now you're gonna have more range of motion. Not only more range of motion, but more range of motion in the most difficult part of the lift, which is the bottom. So you're adding inches and inches depending on how much you cut. And this could actually be a pretty good thing, especially if you're a taller individual, because now you're getting so much more out of less weight. You don't have to lift extremely heavy to get more jacked because you're just getting so much more out of less weight. So that's a benefit right there. So this could apply to the bench press. This could apply to even barbell rows. You see a lot of way heavier guys who do barbell rows, and you'll notice that the touch point of the bar is a lot lower than a lot of these skinnier guys, the people who are a lot less heavy. And that's because the bar distance doesn't have to travel as much. So in my personal opinion, you're getting more out of less weight, and it definitely is a benefit. So secondly, cutting weight will actually shift your center of mass more back onto your heels, which will therefore in turn make you feel more stacked and aligned. And the reason why is because the opposite scenario happens when you start gaining a lot of weight. If you put on, say, 50 to 100 pounds, it's kind of like putting on a dip belt with an 100-pound plate in front of you. It's naturally going to put you in an anterior pelvic tilt, which is not necessarily the end of the world, but it could have some impact on your body as well. Like your body could be going more forward, which could make your calves a lot tighter, and it could create a lot of host of other problems I could talk about in other videos, but your center of mass is going to be going forward. And it may not be ideal if we're talking about feeling as stacked as possible, as aligned. So you could pick your poison. If you want to be heavier, go ahead, but just know that there are repercussions, and it will also impact your mobility on certain exercises. Zach Couples recently made a video about how if you gain weight and you have a bigger stomach, you can't go as low on your squats. So it does impact your range of motion as well in certain lifts, like I mentioned before. The third little to known benefit of cutting weight, and this may not seem like such a big deal to a lot of lifters, but it's a nice little side effect, is that you will have cleaner skin. Now, if you were to watch a lot of my old videos of Alpha Destiny, maybe in 2016, when I was weighing around 230, you'll realize that I had a lot more acne on my face. And the reason why was because I couldn't only eat clean. I would eat very clean, but at the end of the day, I would need a couple more extra calories to be able to gain more weight or at least maintain what I had. So what I would do is I would drink maybe more milk, maybe have a pizza at the end of the day, maybe a whole box, maybe like half a pecan pie, whatever the case is, anything to get the calories in. But because these weren't necessarily the cleanest foods, I would break out more. I would have more acne, and judge it for yourself. If you're aware of those consequences and you don't really care and you just want to put on size, be my guest. But if you really care about your skin health, you just want to look a bit more presentable overall, then just know it's a nice little side effect that your skin will look better. And this doesn't only apply to your face. This applies to the rest of your body as well. If you have a lot of back, knee, whatever the case is, it will clear some of that up. All right, so now that we got the 3 little to known benefits out the way, I want to talk about healthy ways that you could actually bulk. So a bulk doesn't have to be dirty bulk where you're eating at Tim Hortons and you're just shoving your face with donuts. You could actually bulk in a very good way that'll be better for your longevity. And the first way is to clean bulk. Now, clean bulking, it's a lot harder. It's a lot more difficult to get the calories in. But with that being said, there's more quality getting put into your body. So you're gonna feel less sluggish, you're gonna be more energetic to do conditioning. That's the next thing. You wanna be doing your conditioning at least 3 to 4 days a week. Me personally, the way I structure mine is I'll train full body 3 days a week, heavy, light, medium setup. And at the end of each session, I'll have one carrying variation. It could be like a Zercher carry, a farmer's walk, a one-arm farmer's walk, sandbag carry, whatever. And on the 4th day of the week, I'll have what's known as a conditioning day. This is when I'll have, kettlebell swings. I'll have a carrying variation in there. I'll have jumping variations like jump roping. I'll probably have some throws, just some stuff to add variability to my training, but also burn some calories, and it'll build up general physical preparedness. So that's the second tip. And then thirdly, this is going to be very funny coming from a guy like me, but you want to have cutting and bulking seasons. So you can't just be bulking all year long if you're focused on health. If you're focused on other stuff, like you want to get as big as humanly possible and you're not really focused too much on the long term, then I can understand that perspective. But if we're talking about more longevity, you could bulk for a good period of the year, and then maybe in the summertime, that could be your cutting season. That could be your quote-unquote deload to have less weight on your body, less weight on your ankles, knees, hips, and just give your body a nice break. So those are 3 basic tips you can start incorporating to make your bulking life a little bit more healthy. So I really hope to help you guys out. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Did you guys get any value from this episode? And what's your personal progression looking like? Are you personally cutting right now? Are you on the bulking life? Let me know in the comment section below. See you guys next time.